Nice video, nice video, nice video. Do you guys want to see the story of Dota? Damn, this video got like no views. What item would you remove from Dota 2? Yeah, you want to see it? All right.
Everyone's searching for something. Fulfillment. Everyone's searching for something. Fulfillment.
The Kings of the North Alliance wins! They win!
Fucking rabies, man.
Fame.
PPT, here comes the Ice Blast, ready for the dog!
It's a disaster!
Satisfaction.
Grand champions of TIA! It's OG!
Gives you the ability to become someone else. Someone who is powerful.
Vacuum in! Ravage on everyone! The black hole as well! Light of Evan!
Dandy was a monster back then.
Stolen by Dandy! Are you kidding me? They turn it around!
Dandy was a
Who can
fucking
take down
monster.
5 opponents.
Dandy Rubik chat.
Down! And win the fight! It's a rampage!
Express their creativity.
Boulder offer, he jumps in! Where's the egg?
He stole it.
You thief in the night!
Break the rules without
Yo, what is going on with that tongue, man? That tongue action. Chat, do any of you guys do this shit? Do any of you guys do that tongue thing? What's going on here, man? What's going on? This guy's just chilling.
without actually getting arrested.
Still hasn't even been used. There's a hook. How? Brought all the way back to the base.
You do? I feel like a lot of players do. A lot of players do that.
Reasons
I do
are
it
in there
sometimes when
somewhere.
I'm in like a really
The
tense
player himself
moment.
might not even know. He might not even understand it himself. But it's there.
Defense of the Ancients, also known as Dota, was first introduced as a mod for Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos back in 2002.
Hell yeah, look at
It
that
took
chat.
inspiration-
Are you looking at this right now? Look at that resolution. Ah, yeah. What a beautiful resolution this is. Fucking
from a
hell.
custom StarCraft map called Aeon of Strife, a co-op mode in which 4 players
Yeah,
faced off
boy.
against an endless wave of computer-controlled units across several lanes.
From the beginning, especially offered something that other games didn't really have.
Dota was created with Warcraft 3's world editor, which turned the game's existing assets into a variety of unique heroes and items. It was the first in a long line of multiplayer online battle arenas, better known now as MOBAs.
Furion.
Dota has such a scattered.
What was Winrange's
Online
name?
battle arenas.
Illyria. Wait, what? Was her name actually like Illyria? I thought it was Lyrelli. Chat, is this right? I thought Winrange's name was Lyrelli.
First in a long line of multiplayer
whatever.
online battle arenas, better known now as MOBAs.
Dota has such a scattershot history. It was originally developed by a lot of different people.
Should we go
and
see him?
eventually, a guy named Yule stepped up and took lead.
The objective of the game was simple: destroy the enemy team's Ancient, a structure which sat behind
Just
towers
kill the
and
Ancient,
waves of
chat.
units. But the execution was a different story.
Dota was always a very
Kalthazad.
difficult game and a kind of hard game to get into, especially if you're a casual gamer.
Players would need to choose a character from hundreds of heroes, amass gold and experience by killing player and computer-controlled units, and outfit them with items and unique
Look at the
abilities
graphics.
in the hopes of achieving
Next
glory.
I think
generation.
that Dota really, brought something new to the table where it was even harder to some extent to
You could tell by Loda's expressions and his voice that he's really hyped about Dota. He loves Dota so goddamn much, and he's just so excited to do this interview. He just loves talking about Dota, living Dota. Dota actually changes a man for the better. It's just such a great game.
it was even harder to some extent to play on a team and make it work.
The advent of Dota marked the
He
birth of an
sounds so
entirely new
sad.
multiplayer experience.
Jesus
it was like
Christ,
an
man.
RTS, but
Oh,
better.
fuck, look at this fat fucker. Oh, I love him,
It had
man.
the complexity of a game
Storm
of
Spirit looked
StarCraft,
awesome.
but with a welcome reduction in actions per minute.
Who was this, chat? Who was this? This is Caudle, right? This is Caudle.
More importantly, it introduced the element of team play to a genre that had always been designed around individual play.
I see it in a lot of ways similar to basketball, just like a 5-on-5.
What, man? Dota is similar to basketball, huh? Go on.
game where you kind of had to work together and utilize each other's strengths and synergizing everything together. The teamwork and the trust and the sacrifice, those are all true for
Almost, man. No, actually, what Dota is, basketball is where you work together, right? And you have teammates. No. Dota is when you have 4 retards, and they're all retarded, and they argue all game. That's the difference.
every single team sport.
Although the first ever iteration of Dota was released by Kyle Yule Sommer, it wasn't until the release of Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne in 2003
Oh, dude, this fucking login screen. Holy shit!
It wasn't until the release of Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne in
That
2003
is, I got hit by a fucking heavy load of nostalgia there, chat.
Given that Yule had stopped supporting his own mod, other map makers were left to produce spin-offs that added additional heroes and items.
This is some boomer shit, chat. This is some
boomer shit. The most popular of those spin-offs was Dota All-Stars, given that it took everyone's favorite additions and compiled them into a single downloadable map.
Everyone that played the game, everyone that's had been part of it, saw something special in this game.
All-Stars quickly established itself as Dota's quintessential iteration, and in March 2004, the map's development was taken over by Steve Ginsu Feek, one of Dota's most influential designers.
And now he works for League of Legends. Yikes.
From item recipes to the mighty Roshan himself, Ginsu was responsible for ideating and implementing some of Dota's most integral and iconic features, and oversaw the game's development until February 2005. Then Ginsu handed over the reins to 2 of his longtime contributors. The first was Nikes, who, after making a series of significant contributions, eventually became disenchanted with the project. But the second would go on to become Dota's...
Should have gave it to Nikes. Should have gave it to fucking Nikes! Nikes, come back, man, please, for the love of fucking God.
Longest standing designer, a mysterious, anonymous visionary whose real identity remains closely guarded to this day. He is simply known as IceFrog.
So he will always work around balancing, also connected to, like,
you know why his
everything that makes Dota special and everything that makes it hero.
You know why he has his face chat? It's because it's an actual fucking frog. It's an actual fucking frog on a keyboard.
Direction that Dota blossomed.
That's why the patch notes are so shit.
And a bona fide esport.
What the fuck?
When the prizes started coming, I was like, oh,
I was about to get down.
We have like tournaments, so obviously some people is gonna come and say like, well, this is a great game, let's play it, like let's put money in it. And it started progressing each year.
Over the course of the mid to late 2000s, Dota became one of the biggest games in the world. By 2009, the game's de facto community hub, DotaAllStars.com, boasted about 1.5 million registered users and received nearly 1 million unique visitors each month. The issue was that, technically speaking, Dota wasn't a game. It was a mod that couldn't be marketed, sold, or commodified, since it was constructed entirely out of Blizzard-owned assets. But its earth-shattering success was too enticing to ignore.
Mod Omega lol. Jesus Christ.
After founding Riot Games in 2006,
this fucking garbage game.
Merrill and Brandon Rice-Beck enlisted the help of 2 veterans who'd worked on the original Dota to create and release the game's first spiritual successor in 2009.
League of Legends is a multiplayer, competitive, session-based action RPG.
Mark Merrill.
That is sort of considered the spiritual successor to the popular Warcraft 3 mod, Defense of the Ancients. Some very notable Dota figures or Dota community figures have key roles in the development of League of Legends.
I will say, dude, like, I'm actually being honest, dude. Back then, holy fucking shit, it looks so fucking bad. Like, I'd actually rather still play Dota 1 than this. I look like my eyes are fucking, it's burning. Like, holy shit. Can you use more fucking bright colors to make me blind, man? Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm a fucking Disney princess.
And then on the design side, Steve Ginsu Feek, and he's the gentleman who's really leading the design vision on League of Legends and has a very...
But nowadays, League of Legends looks way better.
Community when, in anticipation of League's release, Pendragon, who'd been tasked with running Dota's de facto website, shut it down and replaced it with a banner promoting Riot's upcoming product. It's been alleged on several occasions that during this time, IceFrog had been secretly working with S2 Games, whose slightly more faithful Dota spin-off Heroes of New Earth was released in 2010.
Best game ever! Fuck yes, dude. Chat, if one day, I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I'm sorry. If one day Han like has a Han 2 and everybody starts, you know, blowing it up, I'm out of this bitch. Yo, yeet, I'm out. Sorry, chat, I'm gonna be honest. I'm out of here. I am waiting for a fucking Dota killer. I do not want to play this shit anymore. I'm out of here.
You must preserve your stronghold.
IceFrog denied the allegation, claiming that S2 had merely asked him for permission to create a Dota lookalike, and that he viewed
You need permission. Wait, what?
I played quite a lot of HON, and
it won't have TA. I will fucking leave TA instantly. I do not give a shit.
Crack or something like that.
I love HON. HON was 10 times better than every other MOBA.
Blades,
Toxicity killed HON.
And the map felt smaller, and all the spells were instant cast.
About a year after League of Legends' release, it and HON had cut Dota's website traffic by nearly half, with the former having all but dethroned Dota as the world's go-to MOBA.
League of Legends is attempting to be the answer to those needs that the community is looking for. Essentially, you know, looking to solve the pain points of Dota and to appeal to a much wider audience.
The reason for this was simple. Compared to Dota, which was still running on Warcraft 3's engine, League was more polished, streamlined.
Look at this shit. Oh my fucking god.
Most importantly, a
So
standalone
bad.
title. It was also easier to play, as it either simplified or removed many of Dota's beautifully complex mechanics.
It's a big focus for us in League of Legends to really try to lower the barrier to entry and to appeal to a much wider audience.
The result of this simplification was twofold. On the one hand, League achieved widespread commercial success.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is, dude?
On the other, it left a sour taste in the Dota community's mouths.
Is they're trying to imitate what All-Stars already did, but they don't have the same creative process behind them, so you can't expect the same result.
With League on the rise and HON becoming increasingly popular, the fear was that
League to this day is still bad. Oh yeah? League to this day is still bad? Well, at least I can get a fucking game in League. Holy shit. Fucking, you're right, man. League is so bad. Fucking Dota's the best game ever.
The genre was on the decline, that IceFrog's genius would be wasted on an outdated mod.
Look at Nevermore. Look at
IceFrog's genius would be wasted on an outdated mod.
What great graphics this is. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. What a great fucking game, dude. Holy shit.
And it was then, when all looked to be lost, that the unlikeliest of saviors stepped in to make every Dota player's dream.
Playing the Australian server and still complaining. I mean, all servers have long queue times. Literally every single server. That's a cool trailer. I like that trailer.
It's for you to decide.
It's a really good trailer. I really like this trailer.
In October 2009, IceFrog published a forum post announcing that he'd been hired by renowned game developer Valve to create a true successor to Dota. One that would
I already
keep
queued on the
intact
SCA
all of
server. The
game's
queue times are
original
worse.
Heroes, items, features, and mechanics.
And they contacted IceFrog.
It's fine. We can watch more videos.
Hoping that he would reply because they were game developers as well. And he started talking about what he wanted to do with the sequel, and they said, "Oh, we have a great idea. Why don't you come here to Valve and we can all build this together?"
The only issue was its name. Since Defense of the Ancients was
Copyrighted.
technically owned by Blizzard, Valve couldn't use it. The term Dota, on the other hand, was something that Blizzard was willing to look the other way on as long as it didn't stand for anything. But it was simple, weighty, and said everything it needed to. Dota 2.
One is to, you know, build the sequel that IceFrog's wanted to build for what he was doing with Dota, and then in addition to the, you know, the tens of millions of people who are already playing that, is also trying to figure out.
I love this
how to
trailer.
make the
Holy fuck!
experience,
They literally made one
more
of the best
accessible
trailers
to new
ever.
players.
From the very outset, it was
I remember
clear
watching
Valve
that.
had given IceFrog all the resources needed to
Vanguard Viper. I think they're showing the very first person to get reported in this game.
create a worthy successor to the original Dota. Valve wanted Dota 2's debut to be big. So before the game had officially released, they decided to organize a tournament where the world's best Dota teams could simultaneously try out the new game and vie for the coveted Aegis of Champions. They called it the International.
The International.
A tournament summoning the finest Dota teams from across the globe.
Hey, it's the guy, chat.
The
That
inaugural
voice actor. He
International
voice
was
acts
held at
Pudge and shit,
Gamescom
right?
2011.
The
and
voice
was
of Dota.
single-handedly shoutcasted by Toby Wan Dawson.
It's the first time we're going to see teams of this caliber assembled in one
Ice.
location.
Everything about it sounded exciting, though not particularly out of the ordinary. Then came the kicker.
Whoa.
Watch the forums go nuts.
Damn. What are we watching? The story of Dota 2.
The frickin' hook. $1.6 million prize pool.
The International wouldn't just be the biggest tournament
This
in Dota,
changed, Chad. The thing is, this changed gaming. Holy shit,
biggest
dude.
tournament in the history.
This put gaming on the map of all boomers. The boomers, all of a sudden, as soon as boomers hear money, they're like, oh, there's money? Okay, all right, maybe gaming is a thing now. Fucking losers, man.
We are now at the final day of the International Dota 2 Championships. It is Na'Vi. They have a one-game advantage, sitting very, very sweetly in the grand final. Who will get a shot at the $1 million? The onslaught will continue. The mid tower is already.
This was sick as well.
The tier 4 tower is gonna go down.
Look at fucking Dendy's here. He can use Dendy as a mop, man. Holy fucking shit. Look at that hair. Everybody had hair like that back in the day. Love it.
They're running forward to $1 million, and they will get it. The GG is the call from eHome.
Na'Vi! Woo! Yeah! That's my team, chat. That's my team.
With the issuing of one check, Valve had made Dota 2, a game that wasn't even out yet, the single most lucrative esport on the planet.
There's moments of esports that are landmark, and this is one of them in Cologne. And Na'Vi, the winners, you guys have just made history.
The beauty of the International was in the message it sent. It told the world that Dota 2 wasn't just another esport, it was the esport.
Ooh.
The only MOBA, the only game in which winning a world championship wouldn't just allow you to make a living, it would change your life.
Dendy
has always been a huge part of it, because
would you guys say Dendy's the face of Dota, chat?
So much money that it will change.
Would you say that? Maybe back then.
It brings a special kind of flair to it, I think.
I'd say so. I'd say yes. Maybe not nowadays, but back then, yeah.
International came to a close, Valve put Dota 2 into open beta, and unlike League of Legends, Valve didn't put playable characters behind paywalls, making Dota 2 an entire...
Look at this fucking retard. Look at this fucking old viper. Ugly fuck.
Free-to-play experience.
I love him.
Despite its difficulty, the game quickly gained popularity, favorable reviews, and media attention.
Have you ever heard of the video game? It's called Dota 2.
Not until 5:45 this morning when I got the email. I had not.
In full disclosure, I had never heard of it as well, but I'm learning it is a huge deal.
But it would take
yeah,
2 years.
Because you like money, and you heard about the money. Yep.
Years of testing
Fucking
and
asshole.
a second international before the game was given a full retail release a month before the third international.
Hello? Yeah, Dota 2 is a great game, honestly, chat. I really, really love Dota. It's just such a great game, honestly. It's just amazing. You know, it's a fucking great game, man. It's so fucking good. It's just, wow, man. Holy shit. Hold on. It's pretty ironic how we're watching videos and how Dota 2 is so great. I can't even get a fucking game. So, 1 second. If I miss this queue, I'm gonna be really fucking salty, because then I lose points. All right. Movie night. Let's watch more videos.
Everything hangs in the balance. It all comes down to this. One more game, $2 million on the table. Winner, first place at the International, the aegis and the prestige of being the best.
Oh, I thought that was a fuck! I thought that was my game! Fuck. I thought that 10 seconds were my time.
Dota 2 team in the world.
To this day, TI3 remains one of the most important events in the history of
It was a
Dota.
video.
BKB, but no boots of travel.
This was sick. The $1 million dream, Carl, dude. Oh wait, no, it wasn't 1 million.
Got BKB, but no boots of travel.
What was it? 3 million?
They are in huge trouble. But it's Funix caught. Now if they go for the throne, it could be game. Funix down. Alliance are doing it. They need a little more. Supposed to fall. Throne in jeopardy. There's a glimpse. It's going to be their last stand.
Dendy's back. He's going to try to focus everybody, but there's
Oh
so
my
much
god, look at those builds.
stand.
Look at that
Dendy's
build.
back. He's going to...
Look at that fucking TA build. Daedalus, Phase Boots, Manta, BKB. Oh, those are such good old days, man. No blink needed, TA. I miss that so much.
Trying to focus everybody, but there's so much stuff.
That's so
Hitting on the
good.
throne, there's no more glyph available. Down to about half HP, a quarter HP.
No Deso.
Alliance surrounding from all sides.
BKB, they won this round. They're gonna do it. The
They're gonna
Kings
do
of
it.
the North.
Alliance wins.
They
win TI3.
In addition to boasting one of the greatest finals of all time, it was the tournament for which Valve unveiled what is perhaps their
What was your favorite TI, chat? What is your favorite TI? Which TI was your favorite?
The Compendium.
Every time that you guys play a match or create an item or contribute to the Compendium, you're helping make Dota better for
I'd probably
the
say
rest of
TI9,
us.
yeah. Oh, no,
Valve
sorry.
structured it so that
TI8.
$2.50 from
TI8,
the
sorry.
Compendium sale would
Not
be
TI9. Fuck
contributed to the
TI9.
tournament's prize
TI9 was
winners.
dog shit.
They also set up stretch goals, which, when reached, would award owners with additional skins,
TI8, yeah.
careers,
I say
HUDs,
TI8.
and in-game taunts.
When you play with Lena, you tend to get burned.
All right, thanks,
The
Anakin.
Compendium raised TI3's prize pool to a staggering $2.8 million, $1.2 million
Whoa!
over TI1 and 2. Over the next year, Dota 2 saw a surge in popularity from competitors to content creators.
Hello, everybody. This is Purge, bringing you a first-person
Hey, whatever.
trying to do a mid-Dragonite.
To
Hey,
cosplayers.
whatever.
Coming up, we have Vera, a stable sensing magic set from Dota 2.
Oh my
It
god!
felt as if Dota was once again solidifying
Holy
itself as
shit!
the world's quintessential MOBA.
Dota 2 kind of was born.
I need to
and
clean
Dota
up.
was
Right back, chat.
Born with TI1. So it's so much more than just the World Cup. It's a part of us now.
By TI4, the tournament's prize pool had gone from an already unparalleled $2.8 million
What the
to
fuck?
an earth-shattering $10
Holy
million.
shit!
Despite the tournament's famously awful finals, it saw 5 professional
Wait, what did he
gamers
say?
emerge,
Wait,
not
was that
only
Reddit?
despite the
Can you, oh, wait, let me put in my Reddit voice. Can someone explain to me TI4 was bad? Just to see so many memes like the TI4 cap or everything. TI4, the people who think like, oh, it's TI14, but I haven't seen TI4 at all. Only particular parts, and don't know. Seems like the time we got a good question. Thanks.
tournament's famously
Fucking loser.
awful
Fuck you.
finals, it saw 5 professional gamers emerge not only as superstars, but actual millionaires.
There's 2 playing for the GG. 15 minutes in, it's over. Newbie convincingly.
Wait, really? They forfeited at 15 minutes.
It's over. Newbie convincingly moving their way through the win bracket, and they will take.
Get down! Oh, fuck!
As the game's peak player count
Holy shit.
continued to skyrocket, reaching a record high 1.2 million in February of 2015, so too did the International's importance as the be-all and end-all of Dota.
Every TI brings something good. It's such a nice event, as in everything is done very professionally. It's just about Dota. There's no other games. There's nothing else. Like, everybody's there for this game, the game that you've been playing for so long.
Come TI5, the purse had shot up to a stunning $18
Damn!
million.
Holy shit!
And soon after Evil Geniuses walked away with the most coveted championship in competitive gaming, it became
Damn,
clear
I remember that, chat. I remember that? Dude, the amount of articles
walked
about
away with
this
the most-
motherfucker, right? Dude, the amount of fucking articles. Dude, the first ever teenager millionaire. Oh my god, this guy's so great. He won money off playing a video game. Oh, how does he do it? Dude, it's so fucking the king. But the articles are fucking annoying. Do you remember? Like, oh, this guy's a kid. He made money off video games. It's just like, holy shit, dude.
Gaming, it
Cancer.
became clear the International had become the most magical 2 weeks on the esports calendar.
Biggest tournament in esports. Every year is the biggest tournament in esports. It's
Boomer
made out to be
articles,
such a
yeah.
big thing.
Being a TI, you know, it's not only the World
Chat, is
Cup,
Samil
it's
the
like
youngest player still?
the festival
Or
of
is it like
Dota.
another young
was
one that I don't know
also
of?
the most
Is he still the youngest player
Everything
in tournament?
for like the next couple weeks was just too surreal, and then
Yeah?
some major changes.
It's kind of crazy.
We ended up
Oh,
releasing
Anna is not far
a,
behind though, right, chat?
bringing in
Anna's
our
pretty young.
old teammate,
Anna's
Arteezy, to play with
18,
us,
19?
And
It's just kind of what everyone on our team.
Samil was 15. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying Anna's not so far behind. Anna's pretty
in TI
young
or below
as well.
that, it's a lose, like a big lose. And if you're not a winner, then nobody's looking at you anymore. Everybody feels like
Dude, that posture,
they feel
man.
like nobody's except the winners.
Jesus Christ. Jerax, I love this guy, man, but his posture is so bad. I feel like he rolls too much on Earth Spirit, which is why he's always in this rolling posture. He's always rolling. Like, it just
that's how
fix it, man. I'm worried about you.
Comes down to, at least.
TI turned professional Dota into a never-ending sea of roster shuffles, a soap opera in which kicking and backstabbing were par for the course, a wild west in which player contracts, sponsorships, and friendships.
My posture's really shitty as well. So.
An esport
posture
in which
check, yeah,
literally
posture check.
everything revolved around a single tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very beautiful game, and it allows you to express yourselves in so many ways.
You're retired, yeah.
I think TI is the place to do it, because that's where everybody is also, try is the place to do it.
I wonder what he's saying right here. I wonder what he's saying.
That's where everybody is also, trying to show their best. Like,
why would they
really
keep
get
that clip?
themselves out there. Like, this is what I've been playing Dota for 10 years for. This is what I can do. Can you do it better than me? And then that's when
he's
the best
saying
team wins.
fork, yes.
It had become
he's
apparent
saying
that
fork,
if
yes.
Dota was to continue to grow, a redistribution
You wanted
of wealth
you wanted
was in
utensils to eat.
It's first place, it's go big or go home. So the big teams get big money, but the 9th to 16th place are nothing, and their salaries are not worth considering. While in sports,
Why do they even have to put that? Why do they even have to
The
put
changing
$0
lives
just
of
to make yourself feel like
players while
shit?
The rest struggled to earn annual incomes
That's
wasn't
so
a
mean.
sustainable way to build a competitive infrastructure. Something needed to change. Following TI5, Valve was determined to bring Dota to the next level. They started by releasing Reborn, the single largest gameplay update Dota had seen in nearly a decade.
Did you guys like Reborn, chat?
For a long ass time.
Did you guys like Reborn?
And they just wanted to amalgamate it into a giant ass patch, which they have done.
Nicknamed Dota 3 by the
keep this a
community, Dota
secret
7.0
between us.
update
Hey,
brought the
Lenox,
game
thanks
into
for the
the
4 months,
Source
man. Welcome
2
back.
engine,
Love you,
redesigned its
Blitz,
user interface, introduced the first non-Dota All-Star.
I hated Reborn. Chat, I don't know why. I fucking hated Reborn though. I don't know why. I wonder why. I just hated Reborn so fucking much. I can't put my finger on it though. I don't know why I hated it so much. I don't know why. I'm trying to think. Just a terrible patch, honestly.
Stars hero and outfitted each hero with their own talent tree. Next, Valve
Oh, the
unveiled
talent trees
Dota
were sick,
Major
though.
Championships, a series of multi-million-dollar tournaments.
Chat, the talent
that
trees
would
were
be scattered
awesome.
throughout the year, culminating in the international itself.
OG have got it. They've got the TG out from Secret. OG, they fight all the way through the lower bracket and will be claimed the champions of the first ever Dota 2 major live here in Frankfurt.
With the help of Reborn, the introduction of majors, and the evolution of the Battle Pass, 2016 became Dota 2's single most successful year to date. As TI6 grew near, it felt as if the game's professional scene had achieved some much-needed stability, given that OG had won 2 of
That
the
was
3
such a
majors.
sick trophy, was it not, chat?
OG are doing it liquid. They can't withstand the punishment. OG.
Stability.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Given that OG had won
Fucking
2
Xbox Live microphone.
OG are doing it liquid. They can't withstand the punishment. OG are the Manila Major Champions.
Wait, it's so tiny. Wait, I thought. Chat, I thought the trophy was huge. It looks huge from here. It looks fucking massive. What the fuck is that? What? It's like the guy on Tinder telling you that he's got a big dick, and then this is when you meet him. What the fuck? Scammed.
And in typical TI fashion, none of the teams who were supposed to win even came close. OG, Newbie, LGD, and Secret imploded at various
It was
points.
it was the Manila Major. I forgot. It was the Manila Major. They were running low on funds, man.
Failed to
Oh,
make top
shit.
8 and gutted their rosters immediately after it ended.
I ideally had this team like in my head when TI5 was over, that I had a team that I could play with for 10 years, and I still feel like it's the same.
The Manila Major was actually so hyped though, Chad. You have to admit. Filipinos, if there's one thing that I'll say about Filipinos is that we're fucking loud. We are fucking loud. The crowd was hyped. I like Manila.
You never know.
Instead, TI6 found the unlikeliest of champions.
Now the lasso. They found Oscar. We are
Despite making one of the greatest TI runs of all time, Wings were a largely unknown roster. They'd turned down sponsorships and streaming contracts in an effort to focus on playing.
每天超过8小时的刻苦训练，没有商业合作的压力，直病死的小伙子们能够调整竞技状态的关键。
Is this the story of Dota 2? I feel like we're slowly going to like territory that I already know, and I really don't care about. So no offense. I feel like
Wings reminded the world
is this
that
Dota
TI
2 still?
is a fickle, untamable
It's kind of like
beast,
teams.
a battle royale in which anyone can emerge victorious.
The international is the big one. You can win as many majors as you want to, but if you take TI, you become immortal.
From a spectator
you don't like wings? You don't like wings, chat?
Is a good
you don't
thing.
like wings?
Dota is its own animal. Every single game of Dota is different. And after every patch, it takes months to figure out what's the optimal strategy.
But from a business standpoint, it's a nightmare. How is an owner or sponsor expected to enter an esport where contracts and consistency had little to no bearing on a team's ability to win a world championship? Better yet, why would they?
Very important for teams or organizations such as ours to have this outside framework built around Dota so that we don't lose our investment from one day to the next, or whenever TI is over, or if we fail to qualify for TI.
By March 2017, Dota's peak player count had fallen below 1 million for the first time in over a year.
Damn.
And by TI7, its average player count had decreased by over 100,000.
There's always going to be enough players, it'll just never be as big as it was, and that's the critical point to where the shift comes. When do you take something from the community? Or when is something visibly taken that makes you look weak and nothing is put in its place?
Much of Dota 2's initial player base had been made up of those who grew up on All-Stars, and after nearly 6 years, Valve still hadn't found a way to make the game accessible to new players.
No!
I don't have a CC, sorry dude, turn that bar.
Yeah, I just got fucking clapped.
Really? One ability! One ability!
From 2017 onwards, it became resoundingly clear that Valve had no interest in creating a franchise league. With the LCS and Overwatch League being framed as the future of esports,
Broken, man.
people
It's
started to
broken.
wonder whether Dota 2 would have a place in that future.
That was good. That was a good video.
In August of 2018, OG provided an incredible, impassioned reminder about what makes Dota so unique.
True. Very true, chat. OG revived Dota.
They've done it. They have done it. Done it. The power of flowers and friendship. I've done it here, ladies and gentlemen. Your grand champions of TIA. It's OG.
Despite the primordial, monolithic status of All-Stars and the grand entrance of its near-perfect successor, Dota never became the biggest esport in the world. And chances are, it never will. But that's okay.
That hurt. That hurt. Because it's so fucking true.
The grand entrance
Let's hear that
of its
again.
near-perfect successor, Dota never became the biggest esport in the world. And chances are, it never will.
Yikes.
But that's okay. Because if TI8 taught us anything, it's that Dota isn't about angel investors,
37 million, baby.
car sponsorships,
We just announced our partnership with Honda.
or sneaker deals.
Honda. Honda. And you're proud of that. Honda Megalolda. Really? Really? Not even Toyota.
To check out the website, caseless.com/immortals.
I'm just kidding.
About popularity
Wow, like why is that me?
or profitability.
Dota viewers watching your game's dead. Okay.
It's about community.
Dota is a game that unites everybody. It doesn't matter what country you're from, what race you are. It's kind of like a bond that is shared.
Normally.
I can't thank you enough for opening up yourself and your family and sharing your story with everyone.
It's about challenging yourself.
Oh, what's up, bitch?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's about challenging yourself.
This guy's a League of Legends player, for those of you guys that don't know. And he has a better SF than me. Fuck.
Oh, what's up, bitch?
We got him. Let's go.
Big W coming out from the dragon.
It's about capturing the hearts and minds of
Shit.
competitors and turning
I
them
need to work on
into
my SF
champions.
chat.
Nice.
It's about building an
Yo,
esport
relax,
that's fueled
man.
by
Jesus
nothing except
Christ.
a pure, unadulterated
Can I
love
queue up now,
for the game.
please? Thank you. I'm queued up, chat. Listen, I know it looks like I'm a just chatting streamer. I'm actually a Dota streamer. Relax. I'm
It's
in
about
queue.
making something out of nothing.
The game is free to play, but it stays afloat because people love it so much.
It's about loving this beautiful, unforgiving,
I hate that. Ah, no.
genre-defining game so much.
Oh, that hurts so
that it
much to
becomes a part
watch.
of who you are. And when you think about
That's
it,
why it
isn't that
is.
kind of the point?
Dota really is one of those games that it's not like any other game. Like the pro scene and the people, the fans and the community, they just love the game so much, but we hate it at the same time just as much. It's really weird.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content, just
No. But yeah, I really do. Dota really is a special kind of thing for a lot of people. Like, it's just like, we don't really look at other games. We just focus on Dota. Like, nobody really gives a shit about other things except just Dota. Kind of weird. Like, you'll never really see anybody else in this, like, in the gaming community who only plays one game forever. Literally forever. And when they say they quit, they don't actually mean they quit. They're going to come back next week. That's the kind of thing that the Dota community is made up of. Like, it's just weird. We have, like, this weird relationship, but it's fun. Can't live with it, can't live without. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's kind of cool.